In this video number 24, we are going to learn another frequency diagram called Ogive, otherwise known as cumulative frequency curve. Now you understand what is cumulative. Cumulative is adding up the next, the sum of. So when the data meant for measurement of a number of items or percentage of items which are less than or more than a given value in the frequency distribution, we use the ogive. Now this is a graphical presentation of data, otherwise called cumulative frequency curve. The less than ogive shows items less than a given measurement. Hence, it tends to go upwards here, like this, from 0 upwards. More than ogive shows items more than a given measurement. Hence, it tends to move downward like this, from the y-axis down towards the x-axis. Now here we are learning less than a given measurement. What does that mean? For very simple understanding, let's take the example of marks. If I want to know if a test is conducted out of 50 marks and I want to know how many students have scored less than 40 marks, then this type of a diagram will help me know how many students have scored less than 40. So the given measurement is 40. In a more than ogive curve, also we have a more than given measurement. More than a given measurement, let us again take 40. So if I want to know how many students have scored more than 40 marks in a given test out of 50, then I will be able to better interpret it with the help of a more than ogive. Alright, so this will be more clear as we solve or try to draw an ogive with the example. Here we have the question: draw less than and more than ogive curves from the data. So here I am taking only one particular question or data, and we are going to draw both less than and more than ogive curves from this. Okay, so what do we need in the first stage is to write down the title. So let's first write down the title. The title would be, from this question, since it shows marks and number of students, let's write down the title as, we'll be first doing the less than. So less than ogive showing marks of students. Okay, then we will need the scale. The scale on the x-axis, let us take 1 centimeter equal to, we are going to take marks on the x-axis, since we have learned that this we are going to take on x-axis, and on the y-axis we will be taking the cumulative. So 1 centimeter we will take as 5 marks, and on the y-axis we will take 1 centimeter equal to, after we decide on the less than, we will decide what would the scale on the y-axis. So let's calculate what is less than cumulative frequency, and this is what we are going to plot on the y-axis. So when we need to calculate less than, let us see the upper limit of the class interval. The upper limit of the class interval is 5. So how many students have scored less than 5? If I say less than 0, it is meaningless. So we will have to consider the upper class limit. So less than 5 are 5. There are 5 students who have scored less than 5. Then the next upper limit is 10. So how many students have scored less than 10? Will be 5 are already there. 7 more have joined. So 5 plus 7. 5 plus 7 gives us 12. So 12 students have scored less than 10. The next upper limit is 15. How many students have scored less than 15? 12 are already there plus 9. So 12 plus 9, this 12 plus 9, this 9 gives us 21 students. The next upper limit is 20. So let's see how many have scored less than 20. We already have 21 students plus 11 have joined. So 21 plus 11 gives us 32. Alright. Then the next upper limit is 25. And the number of students scoring less than 25 are 32 plus 8. 32 plus the 8 over here. So this gives us 40. And less than 30, because 30 is the maximum. So less than 30 will be already 40 students plus 5. 40 plus 5 gives us 45. So 45 students are the total number of students who have scored less than 30, because 30 is the maximum marks. So now we are going to plot on the graph, on the x-axis marks and on the y-axis the cumulative frequency, less than cumulative frequency. So here we have the x-axis and the y-axis. On the x-axis we thought we will mark the marks of the students, and on the y-axis we will mark the number of students. So we write here number of students. Okay, and on the y-axis we are going to mark the cumulative frequency. So here 1 centimeter will be equal to, let us say, 5 students. Okay, so here we have 5, 10, 15, because we said on the x-axis 1 centimeter is 5 marks. So 15, 20, 25, 30, that was the maximum mark. And then on the y-axis we have the number of students, the cumulative frequency, and each centimeter is equal to 5 students. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. How many students do we have? We have 45 students. So we will need 2 more, 40, and 1 more, 45 students. So we're going to extend this over here. Alright. So now let's see. From 0 to 5 we have 5 students. So here is the 5 marks. So less than 5 we have 5 students, and less than 10 we have 12 students. So that will be something around here, 12 students. And then less than 15 we have 21 students. So this will be somewhere just above this 20. And less than 20 we have 32 students. So 32 students would be somewhere just above this 30. Then next 25, less than 25 we have 40 students. So less than 25 we have 40 students here. And then less than 30 we have 45 students. So less than 30 we have 45 students. So we will join all these points and we will call it less than ogive. So that's how we plot the less than ogive. In fact, if you have confusion of how to remember this, that this is less than, we always choose the upper limit, and you can have one more column over here that would say less than. So you can write less than 5, less than 10, less than 15, less than 20, less than 25, and less than 30 for easy reference. So you have one more column over there. Now we will try to plot a more than ogive curve. For more than ogive also, we are using the same data, and so the title over here would be more than ogive showing marks of the students. And the scale, we are going to take the same scale. On the x-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 5 centimeters, 5 marks, and on the y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 5 students. So let's complete marking over here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 and 35. So number of students also we can mark 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 and 45. Now here for our easy reference we will write down more than. When we talk about more than, we need to consider the lower class limit. So here we will make a note of more than 0, more than 5, more than 10, more than 15, more than 20, and more than this 25. So whenever we have to write more than cumulative frequency, we will consider the lower class limit. Now the cumulative frequency. Number of students who scored more than 0. All of them scored more than 0. So what is the total number of students we have? It is equal to 45. So we will write here 45. Then what is the number of students that scored more than 5? More than 5 would be somewhere, that would be less 5. Okay. So the total number of students is 45. 45 minus 40. 45 minus 5. So this will give us 40. So 40 students scored more than 5. Less this 5. Now how many students scored more than 10? More than 10 would be this 40 minus the 7. Okay. So that would give us 33. More than 15 would be 33 minus how much? 9. So that would give us 21, 33 minus 22, 24. Now next would be more than 20. More than 20 is 24 minus 11, which is equal to 1 and 3, 13. Okay. So more than 25 would be 13 minus 8, which is equal to 5. So more than 25, there are only 5 students. So that is how we get the cumulative frequency. Now we will plot this cumulative frequency on the graph here. So we now see more than 0 is 45. So more than 0 will be 45. So it is here. Then more than 5 are 40. So more than 5 is here, which will be equal to 40 here. Okay. Then more than 10 would be 33. So this will be somewhere here. More than 10 will be 33. More than 15 is 24. So 25 is here. So we will have 24 somewhere here. Then more than 20 is 13. More than 20 is 13. 13 is somewhere less than 15 over here. Then more than 25 is 5. So more than 25 is 5. Now join these points from 45 and we get an ogive which is downward sloping. So here we write more than ogive. Okay. So that is how we construct a less than ogive and a more than ogive.